Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're doing a PineKnot Campground review. Really, we stayed at Serrano Campground. Hannah Flat is on my list, but I am going to be talking a little bit about the pros and cons of PineKnot Campground, my opinion of it compared to Serrano, and overall some things you know. So let's just jump into it. First off, let's start with the rules. One of the first things I'll mention is within 10 minutes of us getting here, the ranger came by, checked us in, we bought some firewood, and I saw them as other campsites came in. Within 10 minutes, the guy rolled up in his little cart. Very active here, bathrooms are very clean, seems to be very, very well maintained. All right, I'm gonna go through these pretty quickly. So if you want, read the description, but I'm just gonna very quickly go through these. Speed limit in 10 miles per hour. Park all 4 tires on pavement. Back into your site. This is for safety precaution in case of fire. No chainsaws, quiet hours are from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Dogs must be restrained, leashed. Please clean up after your pet, for the love of God. Do not wash your dishes or bathe in the hydrants. It'll clog the drains, like this one's already clogged. Do not leave food out. The ranger did mention that bears roam through every now and then, right? They see the black bears. They're harmless. Please do not walk through occupied campsites. Is that even really need to be said? I mean, that happened to us at Joshua Tree, and it's like the most annoying thing when you're almost asleep and you hear somebody in your site. Checkout is at noon. Sites need to be cleaned. No projectiles of any kind in the campground. Guns, bows, slingshots. No more than 8 people in a single site. There are 48 campsites, and I will tell you, as I look over here, the ones on the edge, 19, 36, 38, way off in the edge, those are by far the most private I saw here. You actually feel like you're in the forest with those. So if you're looking to camp here and you have some flexibility, the ones all the way in the corner, 19, 36, 38, 39, 41, 47, 45, those look to be probably the best ones here in the campground. Let's now talk about the pros and cons. So number one pro, layout of the campground is very easy to follow. When I went to Jumbo Rocks, I mean, it took me embarrassingly long to find my camp. Bathroom is small, but they are toilets, they flush, always really nice. They don't smell. There's water right outside of it, so you can rinse things out. Perfect. There are a lot of trash cans as I walked around. I walked Lucy out this morning. Ton of trash cans, all with the bear trap so bears don't get in. And every site has one of those things where you can put your food away so the bears can't get into it, won't rip your car open to get the food. This is the first campsite I've been at where I did not need to open the canopy. If you guys remember the Serrano video, I specifically mentioned the canopy because there was no shade at our campsite. Where here, there are so many pine trees that even right now at midday where it's the hottest in the day, it's really comfortable to just be sitting here on the bench. Ton of shade. This is really, really nice about it. And the last thing here is that this one is actually close to the village. So Hannah Flat and Serrano are further away. They're north of the lake. So if you are like me and you wake up and you hang out, but you want to go into the village, get some coffee, you know, whatever it is, this campsite is much, much closer. It's right next to the Snow Summit Ski Resort. So you just drive in, but you're 5, maybe 7 minutes away from like Big Bear Village and the rest of the stuff, so it's really, really convenient. Now there are a lot more pros and cons, but let's talk about the cons here. It is louder during the day, whether it be street traffic. You know, yesterday around 7, 8, we heard ambulances. There's just a lot more noise because you are closer to the village, so that's one of those things that can be seen as a pro and con, really depending on what it is that you want to do while you're here. Part B of that is that it doesn't really feel like you're fully disconnected, right? Sometimes when you go camping, I really cannot find the shade. You want to really disconnect, and being here where there's literally cabins, like right there, I can see them. And again, we heard the ambulances, there are people driving by. Doesn't fully feel like, you know, you're out remote, disconnected. So again, one of the things you should weigh if you think about staying here. All right, we're gonna cut into the trail video. I'm just gonna show you a lot of what I can from the campground, our trip around the lake, just some B-roll. Enjoy it. Drop a comment if you haven't stayed here. If you have, would love to hear what you guys have to say. Turns out the Spartan race is this weekend up here in Big Bear, so I feel like it's gonna be kind of crazy packed. Let's see how close we can get. Oh man, so as I've mentioned in almost all my Big Bear videos, woke up this morning, we went to Big Bear Roasting Coffee Company. I love that place. They do have the option for CBD infused coffee if you really want that. But I love that place because the coffee is delicious, and a medium has 4 to 5 shots of espresso. So it gets me going for the day. Copper Q is where I like to go to breakfast. They also have good coffee there. Those are the 2 locations I recommended before. And now we are actually doing the bike path. I'll put the cost of what this cost me, for example, for 2 bikes and the little kiddo attachment at the end of this video here. But we're gonna keep riding around the paved trail. There's an actual trail that goes around the lake, part of it, not all of it. And it's designated for bikes, so it makes it really nice if you wanna walk, run, or get on a bike. So I went to 2 different places. The prices were very comparable, but I chose Chains Ricard Bike Shop, primarily because it is super close to the campground and also a lot closer to the bike path. That's mainly where we wanted to bike. So I chose something that was very, very close. The other one was a bit further away and it would have taken us a long time to get to the bike path. It was really $12. Well, this is as of May 2022. This is $12 an hour for a regular bike, and then $8 for the kiddo attachment. So for the 2 hours for all 3 of us, came out to be $68 with taxes, which isn't bad if you're looking to spend half the day biking, really nice weather. It's the mid to low 70s. Perfect to be out and about in the sun.